Okay, so Friday we learned about substitution, which was one of the methods to solve algebraically to find where the two lines cross. Today you're going to use elimination. So when things like eliminate, like it goes away, right? You make something go away. So when we are able to add two equations together, it makes we can make it have a variable go away. So I'm going to say for this, the elimination method is when we add, when you add two equations together. Ooh, good timing, we barely started. To eliminate a variable. All right, so just like for substitution, I'm going to give you the steps, and then we're going to do an example to like show the steps afterwards. So y'all. Step number 1. You are going to identify or create a variable that can be eliminated. And I know that seems really weird right now, but and that might involve multiplication. Or I'm going to say it might involve multiplying. I think it's the better way to say that. Okay. So step 2 is you're going to add those two equations together. So add the equations. So I'm going to kind of, add equations. Step 3, solve for the remaining variable. And then last, plug an answer to an original, or we'll just say plug an answer to find second variable. Okay. All right, so looking at our first example here, it says solve the system using elimination. So by the way, my examples definitely go from like easy to more difficult, okay? So for this one, So I want to identify or create a variable that can be eliminated. So looking at these two equations, if I was to add them together, would one of the variables disappear? Yeah. Right, what would disappear? The x's. Okay, good. So because one's negative, one's positive. So if I add negative x and x, it just goes away. So that's step one. That's what I'm going to do is I notice that those are going to cancel out. So step two is you add them together. So if I add those two equations, the x's go away and I get 5y equals negative 5. Step 3 says solve for the remaining variable. So I'm going to solve that by dividing by 5. So y is negative 1. So when they're already kind of set up, that first little bit is like really fast. Step 4 though is I want to take that just like I did with substitution. I've got y and I need to find x. So do you guys want to use the top or the bottom equation to plug it in? Top? Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Wait, did you see? Whatever. Okay. All right. Let's use the bottom one. The bottom one's better. Doesn't matter though. All right, so plus 3, sorry. Today's just one of those days where it's just... Okay, so I'm plugging y in there to the second one. So then I get x minus 3 equals 9. And then I'm going to add 3. So x equals 12. So where they cross is at 12, negative 1. Okay, so that's like the baby version, right? It's already set up. We just add them, boom. Any questions on that one, though, before I move on? All right. So the second one.
You gotta multiply the top one by 2 to make the...
Close, by positive 2?
Negative 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so Molly's on it. So she's noticing, I'm assuming, right, that, so looking at the x's, well, 2 can easily turn into 4, but I wanted to make a negative 4. So if I multiply this top equation by negative 2, it creates a negative 4 that's going to cancel out that 4. And technically I could mess with the y's, but that's a lot harder to do. 2 doesn't easily turn into 5. So I want to take the path of least resistance. So I'm going to multiply that top equation by negative 2. Whoops. To create the negative 4x minus 10y and negative 28. And I like to write it so like that turned into that. And I like to keep them all lined up so when I add, I can just add straight down.
How did you get negative 2?
Yeah, so I got negative 2 by looking at, well, like, I need to always have a negative versus positive. So when I add them together, it gives me 0. So since I saw that this is a positive 4, if I multiply this by a negative 2, it gives me a negative 4. That'll cancel out that positive 4. No, okay. If...
Yeah, I just don't understand, like, where it came from.
I can, it's weird. I can just kind of pull it out from nowhere and multiply all this by negative 2, just because I knew that if 2 times negative 2 gives me negative 4, and that'll cancel out that.
And you wanted a negative so you can cancel it?
Exactly. Yep.
And the 4x came from just right there, negative 2 times 2x?
Mm-hmm. And then I did negative 2 times 5y, gave me the negative 10y,
Yeah.
and then so on. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, and it's kind of weird that I can multiply, as long as I multiply everything in that equation by something, that's a legal move. I'm allowed to do that. I can't multiply just part of it. I have to do the whole thing. So it's just making it like a different but equal version to it. So now I can add those two equations together. So what happens is I'm like, boom, those go away. 4x plus negative 4x gives me 0. 2y plus negative 10y gives me negative 8y. And negative 4 plus negative 28 gives me negative 32. So I added this equation and that equation to create that. It's a lot of arrows, sorry. But
Do you have to solve that?
yep, and now we're gonna solve it. Yeah. So what would I do to solve it?
Yeah, 32.
Yeah. So y equals 4. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
You don't divide it? Oh, wait.
We did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now that I've got y, what do I do? Plug it in. So I need to find x. So I'm going to use the bottom. Nah, I don't care.
Well,
Bottom equation? Okay. It is, that's true. All right, so I'm going to have 4x plus 2 times my 4 that I just found. By the way, it's a coincidence that it keeps on being y that I solve for first. It might not always be that way. So then I get negative 4. So I do my solving. So I get 4x plus 8 minus 8. Boop. So that gives me negative 12. 5 by 4. So x is negative 3.
I finally did
Good. Excellent.
it. Is this like kind of like a review?
Yeah, you should have learned this in the past, but yeah.
Alright, it's kind of coming back now.
Good. All right, any questions on either of those before we flip the page?
Do we have to do like the same thing? So like 4 over, not 4, like 4 crosses that 4 and negative 3.
Well, because they're not the same, I can't cross them out yet.
Like how like on this one we did 12 to negative 1. What would this one has no solution?
No, it does. So, okay, so let's look at this one for a second. So, first I check for 3 can't turn into 5 easily, right? And 3 can't turn into 4. But I could pick, and you kind of threw out 12 there, and you're right. So I could turn these both into 12, one negative 12 and one positive 12, and then that would work. I could turn these into 15 if I want to. So I'm going to multiply both equations by something. So I would say turning them into 12 is like a little bit easier. So what am I going to multiply this 4 by to make it a negative 12?
3.
Yeah, so I'm going to multiply that top equation by 3. And I get 9x minus 12y equals negative 111. And then what am I going to multiply that second equation by? Positive. Okay. So I get negative 20 plus 12y equals 56. Okay, so now I've got it set up that I can actually add them together and stuff's going to go away. So I add these together. The 12 y's disappear, and I'm going to get negative 11. Oops, I forgot my x next to my 20 there. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So I get negative 11x equals negative 55. And now I just solve for x by dividing by negative 11. So x is 5. Yeah. And then what's the last thing that I do? Plug it in. Okay. I'm going to plug it into the second one. So, and I always go back to an original equation. The reason I do that is because it's like untouched. I haven't messed with it because sometimes human error is, I guess, your worst enemy, right? So always go back to an original one just to, it's done correctly. So I'm going to put that 5 we just solved for. So I get negative 25 plus 3y equals 14. Yeah. Add 25. So 3y equals 39. Good. Okay, so that's as hard as it's going to get. The hardest it's going to get is that you have to multiply both equations by something. Really pay attention to your negatives. This one, I made it that the negatives were kind of already set up for you. So if they had both been positive, you had to like multiply by negative 3 versus positive 3. Okay, so just make sure that you're creating one to be positive, one to be negative when you add them together. That's it. So let me look at your assignment for a second here. I feel like...
And then we do offsets.
Yeah, well, okay, so I already canceled out like half of it. And it's only 12 problems. No, you guys are fine. I'm not chopping it at all. Go ahead and do all of pages 14 and 15. You should have enough room, and it does go from like easy to hard. Okay, so the first ones, don't overcomplicate them. They're already set up to do elimination for you. Like just straight adding them together right now. Ooh, look at number 5 for a second though. What do you guys see is why might I be pointing to number 5?
Because they're both negatives in one.
Good, so since they're both negative, how could I turn just one of them positive?
You multiply one by negatives again.
By just negative 1, yeah. So sometimes you just might need to multiply by negative 1, and that's all that you're going to need to do to like transform it, okay?